What up, reader fam? Today I'm going to be sharing with you some weird bookish things that I've been thinking about recently. Because when you think about weird things, what are you supposed to do? Post it on the internet. Number one is, where will my book collection end up when I die? I am very concerned about this one. What if my kids end up not being readers and they could care less about my book collection and they just sell it off at an auction? Will they donate them to a library? Will they just throw them away? God, the thought of that just hurts my reader soul. My unrealistic dream is that my books will just be passed down from generation to generation to generation. But will that happen? No. At some point down the family tree, somebody's gonna be like, bye-bye books. And I have no control over whether or not that happens or not. Unless I become a ghost and I haunt anyone who comes in contact with my book collection. Which I could honestly see this happening. And I'd be a grumpy ghost, unless you're nice to my books. If you're nice to them, we're not gonna have a problem. But if you threaten their lives, you better sleep with one eye open at night. Or better yet, you better sleep with both eyes open. Number two, I wonder how many people use BookTube for book reports. BookTube review videos are pretty much just book reports when you think about it. Mind you, they're entertaining book reports that won't put you to sleep. But how many students do you think have just gone on YouTube, typed in the book that they're assigned, and have used our videos for their class? I've definitely gotten comments in the past of people being like, thanks so much, this is gonna help me on my test next week. And I'm always like, I didn't make this video to help you on your test. Also, this book is incredible and you should read it. I mean, I remember kids using SparkNotes for every book we were assigned back in the day, and BookTube creates a space where we are basically doing their book reports for them. I'm just imagining somebody transcribing my videos for their book report and it being like, what up, reader fam? Today I'm going to be talking about this book! Number three, why can't first editions of books be just as beautiful as special editions? This is something that has started to bug me recently. All these publishers are republishing books in these beautiful editions, and I'm over here like, why couldn't the first edition be just as beautiful as this special edition that's coming out? That way I don't have to rebuy the book and have duplicate copies. Mind you, there's no rule saying that I have to rebuy these copies that are coming out, but a lot of the special editions that come out are for some of my favorite books. There's a special edition that came out for A Darker Shade of Magic. There's one coming out for Six of Crows. And I just can't resist these collector's editions because they're beautiful. And they're for some of my favorite books. I know I'm trash. But why don't they just make the first editions of these books as beautiful as they can? It just makes sense that they would try to do that. You always want to put your best foot forward. You want to make the best first impression. Why wouldn't you want to do that with the first edition of the book? Obviously, the story itself should be the most important thing of a book, but it just makes sense that they would make the designs and the visuals for the book the best that they can with the first book. Number four, are novellas just money grabs? Listen, there have been novellas where I feel like they did really add something to the world or the characters or the story itself. For example, Alexandra Bracken is queen of novellas. Her novellas for the Darkest Mind series are lit. They really add something to the story. Also, some of them were hardcore emotional and mess with my feels. Then there are novellas where I feel like they didn't really do much for the story. For example, the Red Queen series has these two stories that I feel like didn't really add anything to the story. The stories did give you more insight on certain things, but I honestly feel like that information could have easily just been tucked away into the actual Red Queen books. They didn't really need their own individual novella stories. I feel like I've gotten to a point where I only care about novellas if they're for series that I really, truly, deeply care about. Like if I've reached die-hard love for a series, I'll probably want to read novellas set in that world. Like if Ransom wrote one for the Peculiar series, you can bet I'll be going cha-ching, cha-ching, a-read-a-ding-ding. Did that make any sense at all? Hopefully. What I'm trying to say here is that I'd be like, take all my money and let me read in peace. I feel like novellas can be nice when there's going to be a pretty major gap in between releases. If there's going to be a 2-year gap in between releases, then yes, give me those novellas. You're gonna need to feed your fans a little bit, and novellas are a great way to do that. Number five is audiobooks on records? Question mark. Now this is one that I know really wouldn't make sense and really wouldn't work that well, but why don't they make audiobooks on vinyl? I think it'd be so cool to have audiobooks on records, but at the same time, I know that it wouldn't work that well, because when you listen to audiobooks, sometimes you gotta go pee, or sometimes you gotta take a call, and you can't easily stop a record and get back to the place you were, unless I'm a record noob and I don't fully know how they work. But from what I know, when you stop a record, you can't just easily get back to the place where you were, so that would be super annoying. But for some reason, to me, the idea of having an audiobook play on a record player just seems really cool to me. I don't know why it seems so cool, but for some reason to me, I'm just like, Like, that would be dope. Am I alone in thinking this? Maybe? I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments. I don't know, guys. Those are just some weird things that I've been thinking about recently when it comes to books. You guys should let me know down below in the comments all your thoughts on the things that I talked about today, because I for sure want to hear from you. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I post videos frequently on this channel, so if you want to see more bookish content from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe, or go and click the little bell icon and you'll be notified every time I post new videos. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye, chew.